Okay, let me see. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to It's Time for Startup Bulgaria. It's time for Crossroads, and it's time for the Startup World Cup. Many of you have heard about the Startup World Cup. Many of you have been there a couple of years ago, and today we are having a very special guest that will give us a little bit of advice and a little bit of tips on how to win the Startup World Cup and how it feels like to participate in it, how to join, how to go to San Francisco. Right? For those of you who've been on the website, you've seen already we're hosting the regional finals. That means that one of you is winning in Bulgaria and goes to San Francisco in order to pitch for $1 million. I think that's very exciting. I think it's an amazing opportunity because you go to San Francisco. You will be in one room for 3 days with many impressive VCs, some of the best VCs in the world. And honestly, even if you don't win the 1 million there, you are still in that room with all of these VCs. It's all about your networking and talent from there on. And I think you can establish very good connections. So today I want to say hi to Georgi Georgiev from Releva, that they were the winner in 2023, and they're the ones that went to San Francisco. Hi, Georgi, can you hear me?
Hey guys, yeah, excellent. Yeah, hello, Ogi.
Great, Georgi. Thank you very much for joining us and sharing your experience with everyone who is still considering if they should join, if they should apply, if they should give it a try. So first question to you. Can you tell us a little bit back in 2023? Apparently you're the winner. You won a couple of times, right? Because first you had to win in Bulgaria so that we select you and you go to San Francisco. So can you tell us what was the feeling? Was it worth it? Was there any benefit for you?
Yeah, let me start with the thing that we actually applied for two competitions, and I suggest all the startups to apply all the time for these things because they're sort of benchmark, and it's really amazing to like see, who is selected, even if you don't win, who is selected, why they're selected. It's a great benchmark. But we applied for Forbes, and after that we applied for the Startup World Cup.
Yeah.
World Cup, and actually we were the third on Forbes, right? And we said, okay, come on, this is not good. Why? And there was this feeling of rejection. We were truly believing that we gonna win, and that's the mindset. Like you should really believe that you're gonna be the winner. And we had actually no expectations that we're gonna win the World Cup. We just went there. Actually, it's the format is really great. You do your pitches. Everybody is doing their pitches, and then the three companies that are the semifinals in the country, they pitch again, right? So we were part of these three, and we said, amazing. Again, we are part of the three companies that are
Top
winning, but
three.
we,
Yeah.
yeah, because in Forbes there were three, and we were among these three. And I was actually not believing it, when we pitched again, the three companies, and they said that it's us. The feeling is amazing. I really, advise you to try it and expect to win. I think the feeling to be rejected and the feeling to win, both of them are amazing, and you should embrace them, and you should enjoy, both of the feelings, because as people say, you have to try it, and if you don't try it, you're not gonna do it. And actually, learning comes from failure, right? So
Yeah.
the more you fail, the more you learn. No one in this world learned from winning it all, right?
Got it. And
So
talking
great
about
feeling. Really suggest to go.
great, thank you, Georgi, for this. And now that you're talking about learning, can you tell us what you learned, or kind of can you share something with, like, what's the key to success? Why do you think you won back then, and what do you think startups should do so that they win this year?
Right. Um, yeah. So I think that we won because we were having the most mature business among all of the other companies that were applying, and It really depends, I think, who is evaluating you, because some people, that stage of the companies that I apply, these are predominantly pre-seed to seed companies. Um, Different people, this is a place where there is a lot of subjectivity, right? Because you don't have the big revenues, you don't have the big numbers, like Series A, Series B, where they evaluate you based mostly on numbers. And some people evaluate you, put more weight on the team, some people put more weight on something else. And although you have like guidelines how you should evaluate, it's very subjective. But I think that we were winning on most of the aspects. So we were having some revenues already, like good revenues. We were having an amazing team. We had a very good team problem fit, if I can say so. And we were already having a product market fit, obviously, with the revenue that we had. So you should be a well-rounded startup to win. Like you should have like a good meat on all of the points that you just need to search about what are the, like Google it, what are the different points that venture capital evaluates a pre-seed company on. But yeah, I think that we were the most well-rounded company among all the competitors.
Got it. Okay, that's valuable. And then let's go maybe now to San Francisco, right? So you won in Bulgaria, you had to go there. What happened there on stage, right? What was the feeling? How can we imagine the competition there?
Right. So actually, the competition is the least valuable thing, right? Because it's invaluable to go there, right? If you haven't been to San Francisco, my suggestion is you go independently of if you win this competition or not. But starting with the competition there, you see like teams from really all around the world. Like every country is having a representative. I cannot think of a country that he was not having a team on that competition. And you see, a lot of startups, a lot of pitches, a lot of different domains other than yours. Maybe you think that you're in the best field, like we are in the AI right now, and in marketing. And I personally believe that this is the next big frontier to tackle. But you see companies that are helping people achieve more things, companies that help in healthcare. Like you see amazing companies and really great ideas. And that's a very good thing for calibration. I think that you're probably not
Yeah.
the most unique thing in the world. But then the pitches, you pitch in front of 2,000 people, like at least. Like it's like a football stadium, and that's an amazing feeling. You have to do it. It's scary. You have very limited time. Actually, I have one more sentence to finish my pitch, and they just cut me.
Oh, okay.
But I thanked them, and then I said the sentence. All right. So
Great.
that's a little bit the Bulgarian style. Of course, I joked, yeah. But yeah, so be prepared, train a lot. The feeling is amazing. Actually, they do it like in batches. So there is a batch, and after that, there is someone from Tesla, or in my case, it was Vinat from Koshlar Venture, right? He was just before me on the stage, and when I was going to the stage, I crossed him, I said hi. He said hi. I said, can we do a picture? And we made a picture just behind the scene.
Nice.
If I find that picture, I send it over. But this guy is amazing. I mean, he's the founder of the most of the top, like really the top venture capital companies, and you met him, just behind the stage.
Nice.
Yeah, so stuff like that.
Okay, and maybe now, if you look back towards this experience, what was maybe the most valuable thing? Because, as you said, I mean, competition is one thing, but also the people you meet. So, if you think like there is one thing that was maybe the most valuable after the competition,
Right. So the most valuable thing I believe was that if you want to source some money from the US, and even if you like you're thinking, where from should I source money?
Yeah.
From for your company, you should definitely go to San Francisco because, and then the Valley, because the innovation happens there, right?
Yeah.
So I know that some innovation right now happens in China, but I'm not quite certain where that happens, and am I allowed to go there and share and take and give,
Yeah.
but in San Francisco, we were able to understand what's the climate, the investment climate, where people invest at the moment. Should we tackle at all an investment at that time? And then after that, we were accelerated by another accelerator, and we went to also to London that
Okay.
year. And we actually realized and said that we should probably a little bit delay our next round,
Okay.
right? So it was very, very valuable. Actually, 5 months after that, it went like that, it
Yeah.
exploded. But at that time, yeah.
Got it. Okay, and then maybe to everyone who is watching now or later this video and they're asking, okay, is it worth it? Like, should we really make the effort to submit an application to go pitch first in Bulgaria at the National Palace of Culture and then hopefully go to San Francisco and pitch there and so on? And as you said, potentially you don't win and so on. Is there, like, what can we tell all these people that are thinking that right now? Is it worth it?
Well, definitely. I mean, this is so. If you're a CEO of a starting company, pre-seed or seed, that's your job. I mean, like you should be doing that all the time. I mean, like we are not doing. Like we want to do it. We probably don't do it all the time, but we have to do it all the time. So one such event is very good for your understanding of the role, your stamina, if you want, your confidence. So definitely go to Startup World Cup. I think it's worth it. If you don't win, it's gonna be amazing. If you win, it's gonna be amazing. And in San Francisco, you can learn very valuable stuff. So just uh, който играе печели, който не играе не печели.
Let me
That's what
see how I translate that. Yeah, exactly.
That's what the great Bulgarian said at one point in time, right?
Great, Georgi. Wow, that's amazing. And thank you very much for that. I think it's very valuable to everyone who is still considering. We are getting a lot of applications. The deadline is 1st of October, so people still have a little bit of time. But so far, it's impressive to see how many people are applying. So it will be a tough competition. I highly appreciate you taking the time and joining us for this. I would love to invite you to be with us on the day of the competition. It will be the 17th and 18th of October in Sofia, National Palace of Culture. So highly appreciate it once again. Thank you, and good luck with growing and scaling the business.
Cheers. Thank you very much. On my calendar already. All right. See you there.
Great. Thank you,
Bye,
Georgi.
guys.
Okay, so that was very valuable advice from Georgi. If someone is still hesitating, if you should submit a pitch, you should submit a pitch, guys. And here I'm explaining a little bit more the process, how it works. So Startup Bulgaria this year is Crossroads. We all know that. So that what that means is that we are meeting many international startups as well. There are delegations from adjacent countries, actually from far and from close by. We have Macedonia, Romania, Greece, Hong Kong will be here. They're sending a delegation. Austria will be here, Germany. So we are transforming what started as a Bulgarian event into an international festival of entrepreneurship. So it will be 17, 18. I guess most of you know that. And one of the key things that is going to happen is we're going to find out who is the startup or what is the startup going to San Francisco. So here on our webpage that I'm sharing, very proud of it, by the way, as well. So you can see, you can already check first speakers, agenda, hackathon, and the Startup World Cup. So today, main focus, as you've seen, is the Startup World Cup. What can you do? Apparently, you can apply. Here you can see a little bit of information. How is it going to work? And then I think very, very important for you is that you need to apply by the 1st of October. We'll see the timeline in a bit. Then one of you is going to be selected to fly to the US, and then you're going to go to the competition, San Francisco, 3 days. organized by our official partner, Pegasus Tech. And these are amazing 3 days because you will be in one room with some of the most impressive VCs, like Georgi just told us, and some of the celebrities. Normally they have someone from Shark Tank. I don't want to overpromise because I don't know who exactly they're going to plan for, but you're going to meet all these idols of entrepreneurship, the VC culture, the startup. So you'll be there for 3 days. And then once we do that, like you can, like I said, the process works that way. So you need to apply October the 1st, hard deadline this time because we have a lot of jury, mentoring, and other things that are going to happen. And for that, we need to be ready by the 1st of October. We cannot accept applications after that. After that, we have 1 week to get in touch with you, and the team that is doing the pre-selection is going to ask you something to get a little bit of clarifying questions. And then we're going to assign you someone to kind of prepare you, because as we just heard, it's a lot of I would say a lot of excitement. You'll be talking on stage. So San Francisco is 2,000 people, but here in Bulgaria, it's also going to be 1,100 people because we will be at the National Palace of Culture, biggest room for you, biggest hall. So there will be a jury. There will be many people that you pitch in front of. So you want to be prepared. And after that, we're doing the live pitches. So at the day, you're going to get the conditions a little bit later, but it's going to be intense, right? Like Georgi said, it's going to be short pitches. The jury will be interrupting you. They would love to understand your business model so that they can decide if they should prioritize it over the other businesses. So we'd rather be prepared very well. So for now, what you can do is you can just apply. There is the application form. Here it is. We are asking for a little bit of information. Eventually it's pitch deck, names of your team to describe a little bit what you're working on, submitting application, and that's it, right? What I can say so far is that for now, we have many amazing companies that will be providing some prizes. So if someone is asking, okay, is the only thing that I can win going to San Francisco? No, that's not the only thing. So first of all, we're going to have investors throughout the whole day. So these investors have the complete freedom to reach out, offer you an investment. Maybe they want to invest with you already. Maybe you just want to start talks. Maybe, as we heard with Georgi, sometimes it's not the right moment right now, but maybe in 5 months, your numbers skyrocket and then you get the investor. Or like maybe some of the investors will feel that you're about to skyrocket and they will invest in you before. I already want to thank to some of the sponsors that we have. So these companies will be in the room and they'll be also observing what you're working on, and they'll be giving awards. Some of these awards are financials. The others are kind of checks, so services and different vouchers that you'll be getting very soon. We'll be uploading more and more of them as we are agreeing with the partners. Now, I think several of the questions that for you are maybe the most important is who can apply for the program. You can see it here, but eventually we're encouraging everyone. That's right. We are not putting nationality requirement. You're applying for the Bulgarian quota, but apparently we're going to select the best startup for that. Then, like I said, submit your application. After that, you just get a confirmation email. Then we're reviewing all the applications and we'll start the process of selecting. Again, they're more into 2 million in investments. Why is that? Because we have many investors that even like one team goes to San Francisco, the other teams can still get investment from all the investors in the room. We're working very hard with our team to get many investors from the US, from Western Europe, from the Middle East. So there will be many interesting people in the room and you want to connect with them. You need to be present in person, right? The pitching competition cannot be done online. I'm sorry, but we've seen it also in other occasions. Someone dialing in a room of 1,000 people and people watching on stage. It's just not the same. Honestly, it's going to be even against your favor. Like people will observe how you. If you're not on stage, if they don't feel the fever, if they cannot feel the passion with which you're explaining your business, most probably. It's not going to be the same result for you, so it doesn't really make sense. You have to be there physically in person. Startup World Cup, like I said, official partner this year. We're nominating, or our jury will nominate one team to go to San Francisco and to pitch. Important thing to pay attention to is that apparently the Star World Cup this year is happening very soon. So you're nominated, but you're going in 2026, right? It's not like right after the 17th of October where you get on the plane. You will be getting a little bit later. Different price categories. Like I said, there will be many companies that will be giving vouchers for product services. There will be term sheets from business angels, from VCs, international, local, and so on. So it's really worth to go there. Now, several different highlights. For those of you who are saying, well, I'm not there yet, I rather want to practice, we do have an AI hackathon. The AI hackathon is forming up nicely. Last year, Team GPT were the one to host the hackathon for around 300 people. Generic topic, which was build something with GPT technology. This year, same topic, even more exciting. Very soon, you're going to see official announcements for all the companies that are uniting forces so that we can provide a great experience for you. It's going to be in the National Palace of Culture. So imagine hacking in the National Palace of Culture. It will be an amazing experience. So just join. It's a 3-day experience. And now, because many people are asking, how is it going to work? I want to show you the agenda high level. I'm explaining. By the way, looking at that, we still have the opportunity for you to suggest a topic. You can do that, fill out a very short form. One of you that suggests suggests a topic that we eventually like and include in the program is going to win a free ticket for the conference. So feel free to head out here, suggest a topic, and submit your suggestions. So how is it going to work? 3 days, 3 days of conference. Depends on what you go for, right? So the Fridays where we start with keynotes and panels, we have them also going throughout the 18th. So we are connecting with experts, very talented entrepreneurs, unicorn founders. Very soon, you're going to see many more and more of them being announced. So you're going to have many sessions where you gather knowledge. We also have the workshops. The workshops are similar to last year, smaller sessions. It's only 30, 40 people. You're working together with a very experienced coach on something for your business. It's about acquiring skills. It's not about hearing the knowledge. It's not about hearing to some or listening to some inspiration. It's about you acquiring some skills, so you really learn something there and you learn how to apply it. I personally myself, I'm going to do a sales and B2B sales and go-to-market workshop. We have the wonderful Estelle Vasileva. Last year, she did a finance workshop. It was a total hit, so we have it this year as well. We have many more. You're going to see them very soon on the website. The pitching competition is going. Then we have investor and client speed dating. That's on Friday, so you want to be there for sure. You will see how we will be booking them through our app, but the main idea is that we are talking to many investors and to many clients so that they come, they listen to your ideas, and they give you feedback, or potentially these are some leads, either for an investment or for a deal. The Startup Expo. This year we have a Startup Expo. For those of you who are curious at the Expo, you still have the chance to exhibit. There are a couple of booths that are still left there. In a second, I'm going to explain actually how tickets work and how you can exhibit. But if you want to exhibit, get in touch with us. We can do that still. And then in the evening, we'll have many happy hours. The main idea is that you all connect. This year, we are collaborating with 6 different communities. So every evening, there are going to be 3 side events that you can go to. Then we'll make sure that it's a lot of networking, that you meet a lot of amazing people, and that it's fun. Now, the hackathon, like I said, is a little bit different. It's running in parallel. It's in the same place, but what happens is that it starts on a Friday night. On a Friday, we have mix and match. So the participants of the hackathon get in touch with each other. They get to know each other. And Saturday is when they start. And then they start hacking. And then they continue the whole Sunday where we have the jury deciding who is the winner. And then we have a celebration. Now, apparently, the celebration is for the people on Sundays for the people who are joining the hackathon. On Sunday, another thing we have is a founders brunch. So the founders brunch is for those of you who, you have to get it extra. It's not for everyone. Main reason we are doing it like that is because last year, many of you said 3 days was a little bit too long. People felt tired. They still showed up in great numbers, but they were feeling tired. So this year, main action is happening Friday and Saturday, and Sunday it is the brunch for those of you who still want to network, to connect a little bit in a little bit more informal way with investors. We're going to have a couple of speakers, but the rest is going to be networking, talking to each other, having brunch together, and so on. So that's how it's going to work. So it's going to be amazing. You can already see some of the first speakers that we have here. So like I said, we keep uploading new ones as we continue as we continue aligning with them and getting their final confirmation. So you'll see many known and many unknown faces. What we are doing here is we are really trying to help everyone to build something scalable out of the region, out of Southeastern Europe. So we don't want you to have to go. San Francisco is an amazing opportunity, but we don't want you to go away from your family, away from your friends and relatives, and work somewhere else on what you can do actually in our region, right? So that's why we're bringing some of the brightest examples from the region and from outside of the region to tell us how to do business, to tell us how to be more scalable, to tell us how to grow, to tell us how to find funding, financing, everything that we need, right? So this is how to think about it, and then the rest is our partner from Flataway. They are this year as well. They are helping with accommodation. So for those of you who are not in Sofia, what they've done is they've made a selection of affordable accommodation around the National Palace of Culture. Across the entire city eventually, because there are too many of you, so not everyone can be right next to the National Palace of Culture. But you can check out here the website, and you can see what they have on offer. Another thing to look at, donations. So last year we had more than 14% of the tickets were through high net worth individuals and companies that donated. They see the sense of this whole event. Why are we doing it? Why are we helping young entrepreneurial people? And they wanted to be more inclusive. So they donated tickets. As you can see, there are two options right now. People can donate the Expo Pass, and they can donate to individuals. And actually, you can submit an application in case you say, okay, I cannot afford to come to the conference, and we can allocate some of these tickets for you. That's where you do it, apply for support. So like what we do here is that we're just asking you for some basic information, right? Like, why do you need the ticket and so on. Startup Expo, like I said, many people are asking for that. I can see kind of maybe some of the most visited pages on the website. So what you can do is you're getting a booth. Yes, we're going to have different booths, different startups are exhibiting, businesses are exhibiting. What you can do is you can get in touch with the team if you have any questions. If you not, just go and secure your booth. And now talking about how you go and secure your booth, let's go to the tickets, right? How do you do that? So this year we have, again, listening to your feedback from last year, we have different options for joining the conference. We do have the starter pass. So that means for each of you that is just kind of curious, you're an entrepreneur, but maybe you still don't have a product that you want to exhibit. You don't want to network with investors. You don't want to network with customers. You just want to go look at the sessions, learn a lot, join the networking, meet some people, meet a co-founder. That's the starter pass, right? The spotlight pass allows 3 of you to come. So you're already a team. Ideally, you have you can have a booth, right? So this the price you see here and the ticket is giving you the right to have a booth to exhibit, which apparently allows you to kind of put your company on the map of entrepreneurship. So you will be there for 2 days, you get the booth, you have customers and investors coming over to you, and you get access to the speed datings with investors and customers. Then we have apparently the investor pass. So that's where when you are on the other side of the startups, kind of startup investor relationship, right? So we give you access to all the startups. You can meet many of them. We arrange some meetings based on the clusters that you want to see or the verticals you're interested in. And then as we had huge interest last year, we're creating also the ecosystem pass. So the ecosystem pass is for all those of you who are saying, well, I'm curious about startups. I'm not a founder. I'm not founding anytime soon, or who knows, but I still want to know. I want to hear from some people who went there, who started that, who are a little bit further ahead in the journey, and want to make up my mind. Am I an entrepreneur or not? It's also for those of you who are saying, well, I actually love startups. I love entrepreneurial people. I want to help them. So I will be there. I'll join the speed dating. I'll be giving them some advice. I'll be telling them what I think is a good solution, a good product, right? That's how the ecosystem pass is working this year. To tell a personal story, I started my startup like passion or journey, I think back in 2016 or 17. I went to exactly an event similar to Crossroads. And I went exactly as an ecosystem player, right? I was working in a big corporation, so I was definitely not a founder, definitely nothing to exhibit. Okay, I could have invested maybe in someone, but it wasn't the main objective there. I just wanted to hear how are people doing business, how did they start, what are the typical challenges, and honestly, it really helped me a lot because I could hear how some people that maybe a year before me were still considering if they should start a startup. Then they went for it. I remember a story from a German founder. I need to find him and maybe maybe even invite him to speak, because he was an inspiration back then to me. And he said he wanted to make an event, didn't know what to do. He just published it on the website, started telling everyone, and then it had to happen, right? Actually, pretty similar to what we did last year, right? So that's why I highly recommend Ecosystem Pass. If you're working, doesn't matter where you're working, right? In corporation, institution, maybe a startup, and you're considering, okay, can I be the next CEO of a startup? Just come join us. Maybe you'll meet so many exciting people. You will feel how the vibe is. You will feel the environment. You will hear some of their stories. And maybe even at the end of the day, you decide that's not for you, right? I mean, very soon I'll be releasing a video where I'm talking about how to switch from corporate to entrepreneurship. And again, I'll be, as you know, I'm honest, always brutally honest, because I don't want someone to think that, oh, the problems in the world will be solved if they just would leave their job and if they would start as an entrepreneur, right? So that's pretty much everything we have for now. There will be more and more things. For those of you that we do receive a lot of partner requests. So if you want to talk, let's just fill out the form here and we'll get in touch with you. As you can see, we have many companies already supporting us. You will see more and more as we are finalizing the conversation. So if you want to support us, if you want to support entrepreneurship, reach out and we are going to discuss what we can do together. So that's everything for now. Again, it's going, it's on. We do have, as you can see here, you can see everything that you can do, or if you're joining as just starting, as a scale up, as an investor, or as the ecosystem. You can see the different modules we have, what each of them means. Of course, we're very grateful to all the donors that helped so far. We are grateful to all the sponsors that are supporting us. And like I said, we'll keep adding. Hopefully, we get more and more support from you. And like I said, I mean, I'll see you 17, 18, 19 of October. The early bird will be finishing soon. Right now, if you would head to the tickets, you will see that there are, 10 days until the early bird finishes. So what that means is two things, right? First, apparently prices will go up because we won't be in early bird anymore. And the second thing is that some of these things might actually be sold out. What I mean is the workshops are really small groups, 35 or 40. And I need to check the numbers, but I think we are almost sold out on workshops. So you can check it when you're getting your ticket, right? Like it will tell